So we're going to go on to our guacamole, and we're going to talk about avocados real quick. One of the things that you need to do when you're picking out your avocados is you need to be able to push in on them, okay? If they're too firm, you're not going to be able to mash it up enough. And one of the ways you can do that is right where the stem was at. A lot of times you'll see a brown spot where the stem was. If you'll push in and on that stem and it's real soft to the push, that's a good avocado to use that day. So then we're going to cut them. We've cut them before. This is kind of a little bit longer avocado than what we're used to using. But we're going to go in and you're going to feel the pit. Okay, and you're going to be real careful, especially if you're using a sharp knife or even a dull knife. You need to be really, really careful. And then we're just going to roll. We're not moving the knife. We're just going to roll the avocado around till we've met the other end. Then we're going to twist it. Okay, and that is the pointiest avocado seed I think I've ever seen in my entire life right there. And what you're going to do is take your knife. A lot of you are new. Some of you have seen this, but a lot of you are new. And I'm actually going to use a bigger knife for this so I don't slice my hand or anything. And then we're going to go right down the middle and we're just going to hit it. And it's going to be able to stick. Then you're going to twist. Okay? That is the easy part. Most people don't get cut till they're sitting here trying to get the avocado pit off. What you want to do is you want to hold your knife, the back of it, take your forefinger and your thumb, and you just want to go right over top of your trash can and push. And that'll come right off. Okay? If you try to grab that slick pit, a lot of times what will happen is you'll grab it and your finger will slip and you'll cut yourself, okay? And let me tell you, from somebody who's cut themselves plenty of times, it's not a fun thing to do. So then the next thing you want to do is you want to score your avocado. You want to go in to the meat and you just want to score it, okay? We're going to kind of do it in chunks. And you can see the short time that we've already had this open, it's already started to turn, the color has on it. One way that if you're not using it immediately that you can fix that is that you can add you a little bit of Sprite or some kind of clear carbonated lemon lime soda. That does not affect the flavor of your avocado and it will keep it from turning also. Okay, I really warn against using water because water is just going to dilute the flavor of the avocado. So if you use the Sprite, a clear carbonated like a lemon lime soda, it's going to help out a lot that way too. So we're going to score this one. And again, you can make avocado as hot or as mild as you would like to. Okay, this is going to be a mild version. I already have some in there in the refrigerator. It's not hot either. Okay, the reason I didn't is I wanted you to taste the avocado and everything and to be brave. Okay, I know some of you are not too brave when it comes to some of this stuff. So. That is an easy way, as you can see I was doing. You just pop your avocado skin inside out and those little chunks of avocado will pop right out. I'm going to do this one just a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to cut it all the way around. We're going to twist it off. Okay. How many people have ever planted an avocado tree? Take toothpicks and put through it on either side and put it on top of a cup of water. And that was a thrill of my life when I was little, and my mom used to do that, and I thought that was the greatest thing. But as you know, in the South, in the wintertime, they don't survive. So twist it, pop it off. Again, your thumb and your forefinger, and it pops right off. Okay? You do not have to, in a ripe avocado, you do not have to hit that pit very hard. Okay? If it's not ripe, it's going to take a little bit more power to get it out. I'm going to show you again. We're going to score it. Okay. We're going to make diamond pattern in our avocado. But then we're going to reach right back here into our drawer. Yeah. And we're going to pretend that I found a spoon. Okay. Hold on one second. I got one right here. I had to wash that earlier and forgot to put it out here on the board. So then you're going to go in at the top of your skin right here, and you're going to put your spoon in between the skin and the meat, and you're just going to go around. Okay? And you're going to pull all that goodness out. And then you're going to scrape your skin and just make sure you get it all out. Don't want to leave nothing in. Save this. Put it on a bed of rock salt or a bed of kosher salt And when you get done making your guacamole, put it back in there and use this as your serving vessel, okay? The reason I say put it on a bed of rock salt or a bed of kosher salt is simply for this. If you lay this like this and you fill it up, it's going to be moving around when people are trying to spoon it out. If you put it in that salt is going to act like sand, and it's going to hold it so that it doesn't move around as much. You can decorate over top of the salt. You could actually use beans. If you want to add some dry black beans, you're doing a Mexican theme something, you want to use dry black beans, you can put them in beans. And you can also, if you're trying to do something a little more chunkier and you don't necessarily want to dice it up, you don't even have to make your diamond pattern. You can just go in between your skin. This one's real soft. You can scoop, and it all comes out in one piece, okay? Again, save your skin. You can use this to serve in. You don't have to do that, of course, but that's just a neat presentation to use for guacamole. How many people here do not like guacamole? One person. One person. Well, I'll join you, okay? I'm not a big fan of guacamole, but I do like this. I don't know why. I knew we were talking earlier about making a guacamole, and I don't know why. I've never liked guacamole, just the taste of it. But this is a good recipe, so I encourage you to try it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of garlic, okay? You don't see garlic used as much in Mexican cuisine as you do a lot of others, especially Italian. We're going to add a little bit of minced garlic to this.
That's probably why you like it.
Why? Because of garlic? Yeah. Then we're going to add our onion. Now this is one small raw onion that we have chopped finely. You can see here, this is minced, okay? See how it's holding on? This is good hot dog onions right here. That'll go on your hot dogs really good. And we're just going to add that in. You can see the juices that have formed from the onions, okay? We're going to add that. Do you have to put? No. You don't have to put avocado in guacamole. But in the traditional guacamole recipe, yeah, it has avocado in it, or onion in it. So, and then we're going to add tomatoes. Now, this is something you don't see a lot in guacamoles either. A lot of times when you make a traditional guacamole, it is just the avocado, the onions, a little bit of garlic, lime juice, and a little bit of cilantro. Now, we're going to leave the cilantro out of this tonight for a couple of you that don't like cilantro, but I will have some sprigs up here if you want to add it to it. So we're going to add our tomatoes. And then we are just going to press this, mash it up really good. And all those juices from that lime and stuff is going to help to break down the avocado, okay? And we're going to mix it up really good. A lot of people like their guacamole. They will make a chunky guacamole, which I might leave this a little chunkier just to show you all the difference, because I have some already made that's really smooth, okay? We used avocados a lot in the past with our cooking class, and one of the things that we always learn from avocados is they are an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. And one of the things that does is that helps with brain health. I know I need that as much as I can get it. And it helps with, even though it has cholesterol in it, it is a good cholesterol. It's a good fat that you're eating, so it helps with that also. So that's simply our guacamole. It's really... Did I not add the lime in? Okay. I told them when we was talking about you all, I said, and them coming and doing this cooking class, I said, you got to watch. You can't miss nothing with them. They'll call you out every time. No, we are going to add our lime in as I throw it across the table. Again, we're going to... If your ears were burning today, that's because I was talking about you. So we're going to add this in. We're going to add some salt and pepper, but I'm not going to add a lot because not a lot of salt or a lot of pepper, but we're going to add some in. Okay. You all get me when I add too much salt, or you think I did, but I'll never forget the time I fixed the mashed potatoes up here that night. And about half of you has come to me and said it needed more salt because you thought I put too much salt in it. You remember that? And everybody was talking about how much it needed more salt. When you're cooking with a lot of potatoes or a lot of ingredients, salt is your friend, okay? It's not anything that's going to hurt you. I understand we have people on lower sodium diets and stuff, and and you know who you are and to stay away. And that's why I'm not going to add a lot to it tonight, because I added some salt and pepper into what we've already made. But I'm going to make this a little bit lighter. We're just going to add a pinch of salt. And I'm going to add a little bit more pepper than what I did in the other one. Okay. And we're going to mix that up real good. 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. You can't make it the night before. Everything that we're making here today, including the tacos here in just a second, is better the next day. Okay? Lasagna, spaghetti, all those Italian dishes, all the Mexican dishes, if you'll let them sit overnight and then you warm them up the next day, they are so much better. And I don't know from a cook standpoint whether that's because you've slaved over the hot stove all day making this stuff and you're just kind of tired of seeing it or whatever. But there it is. That's our chunky salsa. And I'm going to pull our other one out of the oven here. Out of the oven, out of the refrigerator. And you can see this is more like what you're used to seeing guacamole looking like. This is a smoother texture. I want to leave both of these this way though so that you can get the idea of both of them. This is your smoother texture of a guacamole. This has been in the refrigerator and you can see how bright green it still is. And one of the reasons that is, even though we didn't treat our avocado, is because you added the lime juice in. And the acid from the lime juice is going to keep that avocado from turning. That's why if you use your avocado straight out and you're adding lime juice in it, like in this guacamole, you do not have to treat them at all because the lime juice will keep it from turning also. Any other questions?
How you were going to put heat in that, like to make it spicy? What would you use? Would you use peppers or hot sauce, or what would you use?
I would use jalapenos minced with the seed in them, and I would mince them fine, like what we've done here. Okay, these have been seeded and everything, but I would go ahead and do them fine like this. Or I would use some sort of hot sauce. A tomato-based hot sauce instead of a vinegar-based hot sauce. Because the vinegar, a lot of times with the avocado, I don't think it is good. Now, that's my personal opinion, but if I was going to do it, I would use some kind of tomato-based hot sauce. Tabasco, Texas Pete, a lot of those hot sauces, they are vinegar-based. So you can get some stuff down on the shelf that is tomato-based hot sauce. But I would start off with some minced jalapeno. If you like it really hot, you might add you some minced habanero. Okay. Anybody want to buy this? No. You want to try to buy it? Not now. Okay. But yeah, and that would add your spice to it. It sure would. And that would be really good with the lime juice again and everything that's in there. It would be really good to use that with too. Any other questions?
Instead of the fresh lime, could you use the bottled lime juice?
You can, but I don't. And the reason I don't is it's a totally different flavor. Okay, it is just not the same. Like if you're doing mixed drinks and you use fresh lime juice versus bottled lime juice, you can tell the difference in them. Anything like that you use. My opinion, the bottled lime juice has a little more processed flavor to it, of course, and it has been. So I just really like the straight fresh lime juice.
The bottled lemon and lime, is it actually from real juice? Or
Yes.
it is?
Yeah. Some of it is a percentage of juice, but it is not. It all has some juice in it. So, all right.
Must have to choose a good avocado.
Feel, color. A lot of them you'll get will be really, really green. Okay. This one is darker. Now there are different types of avocados. Some of them that you get are green, and the skin will be green when they're ready to go. Most of them that we have down here are a California avocado. Actually, this is a Mexico avocado, which is appropriate for tonight since we're doing Mexican cuisine. But you can see here when you press, it's soft. And when you press right at the stem here, it's soft, and it won't see how it just pushed in. Okay. And it's just soft. You don't want a hard one, okay? You can smell them all day long. It ain't gonna matter. It's not like a cantaloupe or anything else. It does not have no smell to it. the feel of it. Yeah. If you're down there in the produce department and they get on to you for squeezing the avocados, you just tell them I told you to, okay? Okay, it's like the old commercial, don't squeeze the Charmin. So you can squeeze our avocados if you would like. So, amen. Okay, anybody else?